Hey guys, I'm Mary. I am the Inspired Survivor, and I wanted to share with you a little bit about me and what I'm doing and where I'm going. And so, these days I am living in the house that we just bought together, our first house, me and my husband. We've been married for 8 years, and we have 3 amazing little kids. I've got a 5-year-old little girl, a 4-year-old little boy, and a 7-month-old little boy. And we've been living here for about 1.5 years now. And I had a lucrative LuLaRoe business. LuLaRoe is a clothing boutique. Many people have invested and sold it. A lot of people did really well with it, some not so much. We really enjoyed it. I'm writing a book called Buffalo Wings, and I am working on creating a coaching platform so that I can help other people. And because I want to help people, I want to share a little bit about my journey with you guys. I battled mental health for a long time. I was paranoid. I can remember one time we went to a restaurant. It was a Perkins in, I believe, Pennsylvania, and we were on our way back from Sesame Place. Every year, our family, we go to Sesame Place while the kids are little. It's so much fun. And we were on our way back, and we stopped into a Perkins. We were all really, really hungry. Pull the car in, super excited to eat. Go to get out of the car, and every event, everything that we did was tinged with fear, tinged with paranoia, because when you have PTSD, you're constantly afraid. You're constantly scared what's going to go wrong. Your brain is telling you panic, yet you're looking around and you know that there's nothing to panic about. But you're constantly terrified. You constantly have a churning in your stomach. You constantly are on alert. Your hair on your arms are standing up. You look around, you're, checking everybody out, making sure. Because when you go through abuse when you're little, it teaches you that the world isn't safe. It teaches you that you aren't safe, that there's really no one there to protect you, to make sure that you're going to be okay. No one has your back. So walking around so paranoid like this with a churning stomach and a burning heart and a frozen brain and just petrified of what could happen next, I would try to avoid the news, because I knew that if I watched the news, I would see something horrifying that could happen to me. If it happened to somebody else, it could happen to me. I would tell myself, well, my mother couldn't even love me, so why is anybody else going to protect me? I knew that the world wasn't safe. So walking into that restaurant, I was terrified. My stomach churned, my hairs on my arms stood up, and I knew that that wasn't right. So we walk in, we get a table, we sit down. The kids are excited, they're running all over the place. Oh, hi Connor, he's like grab it out of my leg. Mommy, I'm so excited to eat. Oh, look at the donuts. They have a case. Perkins has a big case of donuts and eclairs. And so, we're looking at those. The waitress, the hostess comes and seats us. Right here is good. We order our food, and I see a man, and he's sitting at the table by himself, and he's not bothering anybody, but in my mind, my brain panicked. My brain froze. I was petrified. What is he gonna do? Does he have a gun? Because shootings have been really prominent lately. My stomach turned. I just felt my thumping in my chest. I wanted to run, but I knew I would look crazy. I wanted to just run screaming out the door. And I knew I would look insane. But something inside me just said, just sit there. Let's see if it passes. And it wouldn't pass. And in my head, I would justify, I'm trying to protect my children. I'm trying to protect my children. I have to protect my children. The world is not a safe place. You try to justify these things in your head, but you know on some level that it's not normal to consistently walk into restaurants and need to jump and leave every single time you sit down and you see somebody who maybe doesn't fit the So I was discussing with my husband, I'm like, the guy, what is he doing? I don't know. Like, how do we know if we're safe? Maybe we should leave. I don't know. And he was like, well, if you're not comfortable, my husband's so supportive. If you're not comfortable, we can leave. I don't know. I feel so afraid. My stomach is turning, and I want to leap out of my skin. Like, that's how uncomfortable I would feel. And so we ended up leaving. I ended up grabbing 2 kids. My heart's pounding. It's in my throat, which your heart, not the one in your throat. And I grabbed the 2 older ones at the time. We didn't have the littler one then. And I was like, meet me in the car with the food. And I had images of my husband getting shot in my head. It ended up fine. Everything ended up fine. But that was one of the lowest points in my life, when I made us leave a restaurant. And just the other day, we went to Red Robin, all 3 kids, and I just enjoyed myself. It was so much fun. We ordered the fries. They come out, they're steaming hot. Put a little salt on them. We're joking with the kids, kind of, laughing. They're playing on their little tablets. I used to worry that people were going to judge me if the kids played on the tablets, but this is what it is. And, our food comes. I bite into my lettuce burger. I eat the burger with the lettuce. Anyway, crunch, just enjoying myself. And I just noticed the presence of not having that weight of the anxiety, not having that weight, and not having that reel go in my head. Something's gonna happen, something's gonna go wrong. What if the waitress is hot and Mike thinks she's pretty? Because in my head, if he thought the waitress was good looking, then it meant that I wasn't enough, which is not true, obviously. But again, my thing was, if my own mom struggled to love me and said words that were hurtful, then I wasn't lovable. And I've believed that. But I'm sitting there at Red Robin and I'm just enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the atmosphere, and I'm enjoying, chatting with the waitress and the people around. And to sit there in that restaurant and just feel so at peace. Such a freedom. Such an amazing freedom. To laugh, to smile, to have all 3 kids, which is something, having 3 kids is a whole monster in itself. I just want that for everybody. I want the people struggling with mental health to know that they're not alone, that it's not normal. It's not normal. Well, not that it's not normal. You're having a normal reaction. If you struggle with anxiety, or you struggle with depression, or you struggle with self-love or paranoia, it's a normal reaction to the things that have happened in your life that have left you constantly in fear. However, you don't need to live that way. You don't need to live constantly paranoid. You don't need to live constantly afraid. It doesn't have to be that way. That doesn't have to be your story. It doesn't have to end that way, and that's my passion. I want people to know that they don't have to live that way. So I created a product called Grounding Buddies. And trinkets to ground me back then were so powerful, combined with the power of affirmations, which are positive statements. And if you say something to yourself enough, you write it on your walls. I would write it on my mirrors. I would write it on my walls. I got it on the windows. We use a dry erase marker. Probably wondering how you write it on your walls and your mirrors. Dry erase marker works really well. Post-it notes. And I worked really hard, and I did a therapy called EMDR, eye movement desensitization reprocessing. And I live free now. I'm going after my goals and dreams. I'm writing a book. I'm helping other people. I'm running a program to help others for free, because I don't want one person to live a day like I did. I don't want one person to live trapped in their head. I don't want one person to live paranoid of leaving their home. I don't want people to live that way. And if I have tools that I know can help other people, if I can create things that make other people feel less alone, then I'm going to do that. I'm going to light the way where I can see a way to light it. And it might not be the best way, and it might not be the biggest way, and I might not have the biggest cash flow to do it, but I'm going to figure it out. Because I have always figured it out. I have always dug deep, and I've always found resilience. And if there's something you want to do, you can dig deep. You can find resilience. You've got this. Together, we can change things. Together, we can change the world. I believe that. Blah, 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 blah. I know what's wrong. I forgot my dance. Let's do this. Hey guys, Mary here from www. blah, blah, blah. I don't know my own website.